Hello. Sorry, I'm just a few minutes late. I wanted to, I finish a card and then my scan and cut was giving me a little bit of trouble, so I had to redo a couple things. There we go. So I had started a card last week that I had wanted to do, but I was waiting on a stamp set to show up that I thought I had that I didn't have. And it came on Wednesday, said Tuesday. I had 2 orders coming last week. So I had it half started and then forgot to work on it earlier in the day today. My mind has been all over the place today. Yeah, so I didn't get started finishing it until like 10 minutes ago, to like right before 5 o'clock when my daughter reminded me that I needed to be working on my Facebook. I've worked on some other videos today, well, some swap cards that I was working on, and then made videos before I packed them up, and oh my gosh, my hair's a mess. So I've been, yeah, just kind of all over the place today. Gosh, my hair is really a mess. Sorry. It's been a really crazy day. I have a lot going on. So the biggest thing that is going on, I will not be having class tomorrow night if anyone watches this, for a couple reasons. I was hoping that class would restart, in-person classes would restart in Hayesville. Unfortunately, according to their website, we can have classes up to 5 people, but when I called them, they said no, they were not doing that. I might have had more than 5 people, but I cannot have class even if that was the case. I will be somewhere else tomorrow night, so I can't do it anyway. It's with a very sad heart. I posted this on my team page. Well, my team members knew already, but one of my very first team members, Carol, passed away this week, and her family is having her memorial. I don't know if the service is tomorrow or viewings tomorrow, but at the time my class would be going on, I will be at services for her. So I cannot have class. So I will, besides, I'm going to have to look for somewhere else to have class because the library isn't going to work out. So I will be sending out stuff on my newsletter. I'll post it on Facebook when I find somewhere else to have my classes at. So I will be doing that. I was actually thinking about this month sending out a kit to do it on Zoom. I talked to a couple people over the weekend about doing that anyway, sending out, and this stamp set was one that I was thinking about, well, the paper, actually, sending out a kit, and there's some papers this time that I can do some die cuts, and do a kit in which I can send die cuts, and then you would use your own sentiments, for a card kit. And doing it that way. So I'm thinking about doing that for June and doing a Zoom class in which we can do it and interact that way. I may try to do that for later in the month and try it out until I can find some place better to do my class. Carol will be deeply missed in our group. She was a very giving person and very sweet and cheerful, and had the most giving heart of anyone I've ever met. And she's been a joy to have on my team over the last couple years. And I've known her for over 3 years now. She was first a customer and a friend, and she will be dearly missed. She would have loved the stamp set. She loved animals, so she had this big white bushy dog, every time I went over there, it was huge. Oh my gosh, when I went to her house, the dog was like, if it jumped, like, it would try to jump on me when I went over there, and it was as tall as me when it stood up, like on its hind legs. And she was all the time yelling at it to get down. It was hilarious. It was so funny. I told her it was no big deal. I didn't care about the dog, but she was like, no, he shouldn't be jumping all over you. It was so funny. And it shed. Oh my gosh. I don't know how. She's always so upset because the dog shed so much, but I don't know how. That would drive me crazy. I never have had dogs, so I would know. My sister has a little bitty dog that sheds, and my grandma's dog, she inherited my grandma's dog when my grandma passed away, and Belle sheds, and oh my gosh, I don't know. That would drive me crazy. Hey, Juanita. So I don't know how you guys stand having dogs that shed all over the place. I don't know how you'd be able to handle it, because that would drive me nuts. But Carol loved that dog. Love that dog. Oh my goodness. So I know she would love this stamp set. And the one thing about this stamp set, it's really good if you know someone who's had an animal pass away. This stamp set has a sentiment on it. And actually I forgot to put a sentiment on this card. The sample that I made. So I guess I need to make 2 sentiments when I do the sample tonight. So this stamp set does have a bundle. I did not actually purchase the dies for this stamp set. Shocker, because I usually do. I do have a Brother scan and cut. I actually had the older model, and Carol actually bought it from me so that I could upgrade to the newer model. And I actually have a DX model now, and Carol bought my older model of the scan and cut, which Juanita, if you're interested, I bet could put you in contact with her granddaughter, and you could get the older model from her, because they are selling Carol stuff. All right, I'm going to turn the camera down, and I'm going to show you the card that I've got. Get you off the ceiling. I ordered a new mount. I did break down and get a new mount for my iPad, so hopefully it was a pre-order. They said they had to get more, but it was supposed to be like yesterday or today. It was supposed to be in, so hopefully they will be shipping that. This next week, I hope, because I really would like my new one. So this is the card that I'm using, Pampered Pets. This is the stamp set. You get this cute little dog. I'd like to show you the paper. I cut it up. So I put the paper through. I got to order more paper because look what I did. I cut it all up. I ran it through my scan and cut, and then some of it didn't cut through my scan and cut, so I just took scissors on the ones that it didn't, because I can select the ones that it didn't read very well. I can unselect them, and then I didn't cut those out. I just cut those with scissors. So I have all these guys, cats and dogs and whatnot, I have now that I can cut. And there's even like little twant baseballs, and there's some little mice and hearts. So if you didn't want to stamp them. So I already stamped out the cat, and here's the dog I'm going to stamp out. So what I did is I cut out with my Stitch So Sweetly die, a piece of die cut, and then what little bit was left, I cut out a circle because I didn't want to waste the paper, so it was a little piece of scrap that I had, and I just cut this out to make an embellishment on the back side. So that's what I've done there. So I have a piece of 8.5 by 5.5 piece of paper, And this is going to be our card base. And then I have 2 pieces of 4.5 or 4 by 5.25 of white. So one piece is going to go inside our card. If I get the right, my stamp and seal going here. All right. Still trying to figure this stamp and seal out. Takes just a little bit. All right, so this is my other one, and this is going to go on my all wired up. Okay, this is a background stamp. I haven't even taken the backing off of it. I just plop it down on my table. And then you can put it on the Stamparatus. This particular one, I don't feel the need to do that. I just ink it all over. And then I'm going to take my white, put that down. Although here we go. Another piece of paper, and then give it a good rub. And then I can just tip it over. Okay. Now, and then this is going to go on the front. This is going to go on the front of my card. And then this is going to go kind of angled. So you have a paper that's got cat stuff, and you got a paper that's got dog stuff. These are scraps from when I was cutting the images out that I had left over. So I'm just taking some scissors. Find some scissors here. And I just cut at an angle. And I'm going to just glue it down. Put some glue. Kind of go towards the bottom there. I got another strip. I'm just eyeballing it. I don't even care. And I'm just going to glue that one. Just like that. And then turn it over and trim it so that it's even. Okay? And then this circle, it's just going to go at an angle right there. And then I stamped out my image. I cut it on my scan and cut, and then I just increased my scan and cut. You can increase the outer edge around the image, and then I just increased it again so that it made a shadow for my dog. I'm going to put that down right there. And now I'm going to color my dog. I'm going to go ahead and color my dog gray granite like I did the cat. I'm just doing some simple coloring here. I'm not getting all fancy. I like to just lay down a little bit of color. Go a little lighter hand in the middle. And I can grab my darker here just to go a little darker on the undersides, maybe a little under his neck, under his ears, up here on his shadow, and then I can just blend it out. I am going to grab a black though for his nose. I'm going to grab the light black because the dark black is really dark. Okay. Now, there are these little charms. And there's a little bone. I use the heart on the cat, but I'm going to use the bone here. And there is some black and red ribbon that goes with this set, but I don't have it yet. I got it on order, but I don't have it yet. So I'm just going to use my Nature's Twine. And I'm going to just wrap this around his neck. And go ahead and put the little dog bone through the tie that. And then I'm going to take a glue dot and just put the glue dot above the knot on the bow on that, so that way it hides kind of hides that knot. And then I can put this guy on dimensionals. Right on top of my shadow. Okay, and then let's grab, what did I do with my stamp set? So I want to use I Hope Your Day's a Real Treat. And let's see. If this will fit on our new, it will. I'm going to use the Lovely Label Punch. And let's I believe the biggest piece here is 1.5. Nope, that's too big. So let's try 1.25. No, that's still too big. Okay, so it looks like 1 inch is the biggest we can go. So we're going to do 1 inch. Put it in all the way. Stamped it. And let's try tone on tone and see how that looks. I think I can see that pretty well. Now, I would like to be able to put that right up against that. So I'm going to go ahead and trim that right there. Flip it over so I can try to see underneath that. Now, in order to shove that I want that just a little bit shorter though, so let's try again. So go a little bit. There we go. Perfect. That looks great. So we're going to put that on dimensionals. And that is going to go right there. Let's do one more so I can put it on with our cat. So I'm going to go ahead and put one side in. Stamp it. Trim it. Guess we'll go fairly close this time. Flip it over so I can make sure. Oh, that's almost perfect. Perfect. Dimensionals. And there we go. We have one for our cat and our dog lovers right there. Love it. Just love it. So this is the perfect stamp set for anybody who you want to send cat and dog cards to. And I hope you will enjoy it and like it. And I hope you'll share this video with your friends. Thank you so much for joining me. Talk to you later. Bye.